in gems and cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Viber Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Viber Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Viberville. Know what's going on? Second I hit go live, my computer just starts freezing, glitching. Man, caught in the matrix, trying to escape it. And all I see out there is so much fear porn. It's over. It's over. No alt season. Da-da-da-da-da. It's like, where were you all bear market? Were you paying attention? Because I was here doing research the whole time. And I'm more bullish on all these projects than I was 6 months ago. The stuff that is on the precipice of being adopted at scale by banks, institutions, corporations, even us with payments. It's all changing. And it took me a while to step back and be able to see actually what was going on. No, the Trump pump, we all drank that Kool-Aid. Trump pump, Trump pump. No, Trump was brought in to crash the markets, to usher in the new system. And they're doing a great job. Like, I was caught off guard. And I'm usually better than the average person at seeing through the spells that are put in front of us by the mainstream. And I was thinking the whole Fort Knox thing, what they're going to audit the gold, right? So there's 360,000 bars there allegedly. How long is it going to take to go through each bar and figure out if it's real or not? What's the composition in there? Is it 99.9% gold? To do that with every single bar of gold, do you know how long it's going to take? It's not happening. There's no way they're going to go through and audit the Fed or audit Fort Knox. It's not happening. It would take 2 months probably to 3 months to get in there and do that. So I just think that it's complete nonsense. This is all about revaluing gold. And I found this clip that I'm going to play in a little bit. This guy sums up everything that's going on right now, even better than I could. You know, when you have friends in higher places that are more connected, you know, you get more information. It's all about who you know in this world. Your network is your net worth. That's financial advice. Everything I say here, I'm here to win in crypto. I'm not here to shill anything. I don't have any links to click. There's nothing that I'm here to try to take money from you. I'm purely showing you what I'm putting my money into and why I'm doing it. And if you think you are going to do better this cycle and have found gems that I missed, please send them my way because I'm open to it. I want to hold the best coins. I want to make the most because what's coming in the future is scary. That's why Viberville is so important. I can't even use my computer right now. Like, this is crazy. I can't use my computer. The second I stream, like, it's got to be some new AI that's watching everything or monitoring stuff. I don't know. How can my computer be super fast the second I flip on streaming? I'm not using a second screen right now. Nothing. So it's crazy. But, oh, yeah, Karate Combat. If we can get to it. Tomorrow night, voting opens up for KC Denver. All right, here we go. Another 5 minutes. We should load. Boom. So I think actually voting opened up today. So I'll be putting my votes in. Shout out to my boy Harley. He's going to be fighting in the influencer out. I can't wait to see it. My man. Oh, preview card. That's where I want to be. Well, this is crazy. Like, I can't even use the internet. And I notice a lot of other people this is happening to. It's not just me. So I don't know if it's some giant conspiracy or there's new AI that's watching everything or who knows, man. But at the end of the day, all of the fear porn, the AI, the chipping, smart cities, if you have food you control a majority of the people. So I just think it's like, all right, everyone's going to be chipped up and living on UBI. Well, if you have a farm with organic food, you're actually in power then. So that's why I'm so big on farming, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Transitioning crypto into organic food, an organic farm, and my goal, my dream would be to have one within driving distance. So you fill up your car, truck, one tank of gas, you go to another Vibreville location where there's good, trusted people there. That's the solution right there. You can tune out all of this other nonsense. If you see it, where actually real wealth is. There we go. My boy Harley fighting Matthew McGregor. Oh shit, this guy looks jacked. He looks like he's on the roids, actually. Or is that a shadow? I don't know. Come on, Harley. You know, you gotta have to whoop some ass. So it looks like there's like eight fights. That's good. Because I don't like the ones that have like 30 fights. I like these 2, 4, 6, 8 fights. That way I can bet heavy on all of them. And up only gaming, you can't lose. Like, this is why I love karate. All of the Web3 dApps, go look at Hedera's web governing council. Google, Boeing, Samsung, Deutsche Telekom. They're all going to be building Web3 on top of Hedera. I promise you. There's going to be, I think it's going to be like, you know, the QQQ, the top 100 stocks, the top 100 cryptos. There's about 100 blockchains that survive, I think, and projects. That's what I'm seeing right now. There's whatever meme coins. It doesn't count, but like actual utility projects, you go through the top 100 list or the top 500. I could probably pick out the 100 or so that are going to be here long term, and those are the coins I want to own. The ones that are going to be here long term, but haven't seen the huge gains like ETH has, AVAX, Solana, and that I really truly believe we own these coins. And the meme coin thing, man, it was a giant distraction the whole time, and we saw right through it. We loaded up. We own the best coins, and we're gonna crush it the hardest. When I stream, I could use yeah, bro. It's so bad, bro. I can't open up a page. Like, it's crazy. Like, I go to CoinMarketCap, watch it. Normally, it'd be loaded by now. It takes like 10 seconds. It's like dial-up. Damn, Bitcoin down to 82.9. Crazy. This is all on purpose, guys. Don't freak out. This is all on purpose. The entire new system is going to be backed with gold, commodities, maybe commodities, and cryptos. So we're going to end up laughing at all these idiots. And just being here in the bear market, the research trumps the FUD. I go to sleep every night knowing that I own the best cryptos that have the most potential in the long term. I'm not here for overnight gains to make $1 million tomorrow. I'm in here so in the next 10 years, I set myself up. So I don't okay, I'm going to go all in crypto. I'm going to cash out, and then I'm going to buy some real estate, and then I'm going to do this, and then you're going to be in 3 years looking for the most yield, and it's going to all be in crypto on the blockchain in DeFi. That's where all this is going. So as much good as coming out of it, there's also as much tyrannical stuff that's coming. Check your Wi-Fi speed before you. I don't even know how to do that, bro. But I just know I set my streams up. I'm going through everything, putting all the tabs again. This will never happen. But man, Dumb is getting rinsed. Dominance down to 314. Misor. Yeah, I started buying this one like 2 days ago. Or yesterday. I don't even know. It was like 2.4 cents when I got it. And now it's 2.3. So I just been buying some every day. Buying like 25, 30 bucks worth. Like I'm not a whale, guys. Like it takes me a long time to accumulate bags. And then I just hold them. And then I send them to another wallet and then they just chill there. So it's on to the next. You build up a bag, on to the next. Build up a bag, on to the next. Or you can be like kind of what Chris and Goo do. You get into something early with some size, you take your initial out, and then you have a moon bag. It's kind of the same thing. And it's proven to be successful. So, I mean, not much going on, guys. We know what's happening. This shit sucks right now. Until something breaks, crypto ain't moving. So, like, I'm not going to sit here and just look for stupid shit that's not there. Like, I don't care. I know I'm in the right coins. I know Ripple is going to start taking over once we get on the other side of this. What other cryptos went down to meet with Trump at Mar-a-Lago? Tell me. Name one. Oh, yeah, that's right. It was only Brad and Stuart Alderati, their lawyer. Yep. That's definitely just, it's the banker's coin. It's just the fucking banker's coin. Trump to personally investigate stolen Fort Knox gold theory. So Trump's going to go down there and is he going to go get his gold detector out there? Is he going to take samples from every single bar or like x-ray them to find out their purity? No, he's not. This is all nonsense. No one's going to Fort Knox. All the gold's there and all the gold they own across the world and the other vaults is all there. I promise you. It's all just a distraction. And this was scary right here. Chile went dark, guys. And Chile is like, and it's not a third world country in South America. Chile is like, a first world country. 8 million households across Chile were left without power, cutting off electricity to much of the country. The entire underground train system was suspended. Thousands of people had to be evacuated. We were like sardines in the dark. One woman in her 70s was trapped in a lift between two floors in a building. This is crazy. They're all and this is done on purpose, guys. These people are satanical. They don't believe in God. Like they are their own gods. Like Sam Altman and his little fruitcake just bought a kid. How can you let two sodomites have a kid? Like, man, it's crazy. Was a Sam Altman child. Fucking sodomite goes and buys a bit. I'm hearing he had this kid like genetically engineered. I'm gonna look into it, but it was not a normal like fertility birth. I know it. Yeah, I can't Google, but here we go. I mean, this is all ending. Oh, look at this. Sam Altman reveals birth of his first child. No, the anus can't produce a child. And these are the guys right here that openly don't believe in God that are pushing this shit down our throats. Like, guys, I'm almost like morally questioning myself. Like, should I even be like, it's just bad to be even exposing people to this. Yeah, we're going to make money off of it, but you better do a lot of good with that money to like, I don't know, just crypto and all that. It's not good overall as a whole. It's just a straight up me versus you. I'll scam the shit out of you. It's crazy, but it doesn't have to be like that. Pulse Chain has proven if you do it right and you set up coins with different liquidity pairs, the bots will create volume for you. And if you put a tax on that token, the bots will still pay it. They don't care. They will make a penny and pay taxes. So there's ways around this, and the light will be shined. People are eventually going to see it. And this is the struggle with being a trendsetter. Can't even look at this guy anymore. Sort of disgusting. Elon Musk with AI, guys. Guess what? Oh, Neuralink. It's helping blind people see. Oh, it's so great. This paraplegic's walking with this robot now that's hooked up to an AI. Well, guess what Elon says? If we could ever load. Man, this is crazy. I don't know what is going on. Let me try to close. My Chrome's closed. My VPN is off. I'm actually exposed right now. And this is happening. Well, oh well. This right here, the world ahead, the Economist magazine is like the elites write this. And this is the karmic retribution, is what they believe in. They have to tell you what's going on in plain sight. So even if it's demonic as hell, like look at what it was last year. Hot temperatures, crashing of markets, wind energy, But you want to know the funniest thing is if you count the points, there's 33 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no, this wasn't it. Sorry, it was this one right here. This year right here, there's 33 points. So this year ahead, we have, it looks like the electronic cars, the batteries are dying on the EVs. So would that scene in the movie where all the Teslas just start crashing into each other? Is that going to happen? Who knows? All Kim Jong-un over here, or no, Xi Jinping. You have the top of the pyramid, the seeing eye, the blackouts in the cities. Are we going to see that? Upwards in the markets. Like Trump's coming in, and they're going to pump, guys. Like people are going to be so. I called this months ago. I said they're going to get people. They're going to send these markets so high, so people are just cannot believe they missed out. And that way, when they offer a CBDC or something, people just snatch it. Like, I know this crypto's the trap, but we're front running it, and we're going to be out and building farms and real life wealth. Communities, families, and wealth. So this is crazy, guy. Saturn is like Satan. It's like their planet or something. The ruling fist again. So Trump, guys, Elon, they're not saviors. They're here to usher in demonic stuff. I think a nuclear war potentially. Like, look at this. They're going to have, that's what this guy I'm going to play you a clip of saying that there's going to be some kind of nuke scare, but thank God they're not real. Don't believe in them. Yes, they're big bombs, but it's not what you think. All right. There's no fallout and where you poison the land and for thousands of years, the water is ruined and the ground is destroyed. Chernobyl's nature's thriving there, guys. Like the whole radioactive thing is a myth. Just because there's radiation, I know, but just because you have a little detector, I forget his name now, but back in the day, the guy, I'll find it, but he used to be with GE, I think, and he was playing with uranium, and he would put it in his mouth and put the little detector on his tongue, and it'd be going like he was radioactive, but it didn't matter. It didn't harm you. So that's all a spell. So don't fear the whole nuke thing and my nuclear war. Like all these elite guys, they all believe it. Like it's a huge industry building bunkers for these idiots. Like how in Hiroshima and Nagasaki weren't even the worst cities destroyed in Japan in World War II. They're like in the 13th and like 16th most destroyed cities. And people are living there today. So if it was that bad and there was fallout rate, no one would be living there. And Chernobyl is a spell. Yeah, that's right. Quote of the day, the anus cannot produce a child. It's facts, bro. That's facts. Solid X for the win. I'm getting my solid X from Holden Gelato. So that's how my solid X was doing nothing. So I swapped it for gelato. Yeah. These Sam Altman, these sodomites guys, it's not good. Do not follow these guys. They're demonic. They're satanic people. And they're great at putting on a smile and telling the cameras what they want to hear. But deep down, Mark's safe from thinking one group of billionaire criminal also going to save us from another group of their billionaire. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Don't trust any of these guys. Like they have to put it out here in plain sight. Elon Musk, right here. We are summoning the demon with artificial intelligence. While he believes smart machines can take us to Mars, crock of shit. You cannot penetrate the firmament. Elon has. I was in Vegas. I lived there for 9 months in 2017. That's when I started like going down rabbit holes and stuff. And people I played poker with out there had friends that knew Elon personally, and they would laugh at the table and say, Elon, I've been around when he said space is fake and gay. So Elon knows. There's no Tesla flying around in space. He's never going to Mars. It's all bullshit. Musk remains worried that AI holds a darker potential. Really? The malicious potential of AI continues to freak him out. With AI, we're summoning the demon. You all know these stories where the guys with the pentagram and the holy water, he's like, yeah, sure, he can't control the demon, but it doesn't work out. Guys, I don't know. I don't trust them. And this is what they're talking about, the singular AI singularity, where the AI meets the new blockchain money. It all comes together. Neuralink, CBDCs, programmable money. But the good thing is, we're not going to have to take it. It's all an offer, right? It's all a ticket. You either take the ticket or you don't. And yeah, life can be harder. But every person that I know in 2020 that didn't take the jab and either quit their job or did something else, every single one of them is in a better place right now. And that was the best move they could have made. So it's hard realizing that and recognizing it. It took me 7 years to be able to understand that everything in the mainstream is pretty much ass backwards. We're not NASA and outer space. It's the opposite, guys. It's all about the space between your ears. It's mind control. It's programming. It's brainwashing. That's what NASA really is. And now you have all these idiots going out there screaming and cheering because a rocket landed itself. Who the hell cares? Like, that's so irrelevant for humanity that a rocket landed itself. Big freaking deal. We can't even educate our kids. The average adult in this country has a 4th grade reading level. And we're out here slack-jawed cheering for rockets landing. That's Elon Musk, guys. Not good. And I'm going to do my best to try to snap people out of it, but it's hard. It's hard. Like, family and kids is the real wealth. And everything the mainstream does is to destroy the nucleus of the family. The music, the movies, the fear porn, the education system. It's all designed for kids to go to school, hate themselves, hate their history, be victims. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But we're going to be that change. So you have a choice. You can either take the ticket and lie to yourself and pretend up is down, or you can crush it and do your own thing and have a farm, grow your own food, get out of the matrix. And that's what that's what I'm going to be doing. Elon's new Grok logo. You know what that is right there? That's the stellar logo. Isn't that interesting? With a 33-degree Masonic tilt is what they call that right there, which I didn't know until earlier today. So very interesting. Is Elon doing something? I don't know. Jeb McCaleb, the founder of Stellar, one of the first developers at Ripple. His family is from some bloodline. I don't even know how to call it. He's just a person, but they have power. You know, I've known billionaires. I talked to them. I've worked with with crypto. I had a private call with Richard Hart and Funding Jim and one of my clients in Atlanta that I was working with. And they're just normal people, guys. They really are. But when you get to that point and you have everything money can buy, if you're around the wrong people, you can start becoming satanic quite easily. And that's why it's like so important to be grounded, I think, and like growing your own food and doing everything yourself. You know, it's not for everyone. You know, like I could never be a full-time milk cattle raiser. I don't know what I'm doing, but I would love to have chickens. I know I can grow a great garden. I'm gonna have tons of fruit trees. So I know there's someone out there who's just a farmer at heart, or a dairy or cattle farmer. Guess what? Come live here. Move here. I'll just give you some property. Or like you can pay 20% of market, whatever it is. We'll subdivide my property. And for the right people, you make sacrifices and you all work together. That's just, the way it should be. And that's what I'm setting up. I can't wait. I'm gonna and this is it right here, guys. This is so good. This guy here, I like him a lot, and he's doing the same thing. I mean, he does show his stuff here, but he's doing the right thing. He's got his own islands in Hawaii, and they're putting stuff on the blockchain. It's like a free thinking community. This is Vibreville, but if I already had like 50 million in the bank to just do whatever I wanted, like 5 years from now, where I'm gonna be, I would be where I am right now if I had this guy's money, but. Everything happens for a reason. And this is super important because it will show you what's going on. Like this, he's spot on with a lot of this. So I think you guys are going to like this. It's so important. Like it's not worth sitting here just talking about, FUD and crypto. We already know the best coins. We know the stuff that's going to appreciate the most, that's going to be used. And if you don't believe me, go do the research. Everybody, when I send 10 of my friends the same video, and I'm like, guys, check this out. You won't believe this. When every single one of them has the same reaction and says, oh my God, that I need to look into that more. I didn't know about this. Wow. You're onto something. And then when that's 100 people all have the same reaction, you're onto something. And 99% of the time, is people had a preconceived notion. They heard some FUD they thought was true, and they just never looked into the stuff. But when you actually take a deep dive, like I would never go looking into a project. Like we looked into so much stuff. Why didn't I shill Luna one time back in 2021 to our other group? Because I liked Avalanche more. I thought AVAX was much better than Terra Luna at the time, even though they were doing a stable coin. AVAX wasn't. Like those were the things people were looking at. So once you do the research and you find the utility and you see how much is being built, what people are in places, like that's just as important too. You could have the best technology, but it doesn't matter. It's who you know. And Ripple has people all in the government, all across the sectors, at the banks. They have the relationships. They're down at Mar-a-Lago with Trump. I don't see anyone down there shilling Bitcoin. How are they going to put Bitcoin in a U.S. strategic reserve? If they do a U.S. reserve with U.S. cryptos, Bitcoin ain't going on that list. It's not an American crypto. And once the carry trade in Japan unwinds here, which is what's happening, why all the market is correcting right now because people are front running that. The stock market was down 13% in one day last summer when this happened. And Japan has been on yield control curve since then. You're not going to see it, but it's what they're doing. They can't publicly come out and say they're printing money yet when they're trying to raise rates. So that's happening. And I don't think we're going to see a giant alt season where everything just pumps. My opinion, I think it's going to be the stuff that has utility that pumps only. Like the entire market was just Fugazi with Solana, with the meme coins, with SHI, all these VC pump and dumps. They're not sustainable. No one's using these L2s. Maybe Optimism and Arbitrum and, one other will survive. Most of them are going to start to die out. And that's going to happen this year. I really think so. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Then we'll have to wait till next cycle, which I'm fine with. Like I'm in this for the long game. I'm setting myself up for the next 10 to 15 years in crypto to where I have passive income coming in nonstop. When I cash out this bear market at the top and start taking profits, I already have my liquidity pools on Saucer Swap to earn 8% in stablecoin pairs where I'm not losing anything. Like I'm already thinking ahead of what I'm going to be doing. And that's what you guys need to be doing too. What do I see for Pulse Chain? It's going to do insane, bro, but it's not going to move until ETH does. Richard's down 40% on that ETH purchase at 3,700. He's so desperate. Rick, we're near the bottom when Richard is telling Vitalik to send out mail flyers. So Pulse Chain, bro, I don't own any Pulse. I own zero. I swapped it all for Inc. and Pulse X. I had like 50 million from the sacrifice or 52. I did $5,000 or something. I had 50 million. And early on, I was trading I bumped it up. I got and had 100 and then swapped it all for Pulse X and got like 380 million. And I wrote it back up and swapped it back for Pulse at 1.7 or something like that. So I profited 200 million Pulse X. So I just left that. And then I swapped my Pulse for Ink. And I'm not holding any Pulse chain because Hart's Law. Do you think Pulse is going to outperform Pulse X? I don't. I think Pulse X has already proven it. I think they're going to go 1-to-1. So I'm holding Pulse X. I think Ink is going to do better than both of them. So I have twice as much Ink as I do Pulse X. And I just don't see a point of holding Pulse Chain. Like, unless I was like a giga millionaire and I had $1 million clips, yeah, I'd be holding like the core coins with the most liquidity. But that would even be PTGC and UFO. The liquidity is so thick that even with PDI, like I was making the mistake. I got like 1.5 million of them 2 years ago for a couple $100 back in 2023. And I just held them, didn't do anything with them. And I started swapping some of them, sold like 500,000 of them for other coins. And then UFO and PTGC were my two biggest bags on Pulse Chain. Well, a month and a half ago, I swapped a couple 100,000 PDI for more UFO and a couple 100,000 PDI for PTGC, just because I think long term it's going to outperform. So to me, I think Pulse Chain, the ecosystem, is going to do phenomenal. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta shut off the freeze dryer. What do I do with this? Oh, sorry, guys. Freeze drying. Yeah, totally lost my train. But yeah, with Pulse Chain, man, it's going to do phenomenal. Like, Richard is pulling down the liquidity. He's thinning it out. So it makes it pumpable as hell. And once it starts pumping, the liquidity starts coming back in. People start bridging over to Pulse Chain when it starts moving. Banter starts talking about it. Ivan, BitBoy, Mirage, or whatever his name, Murad, whatever that guy, Clown's going to probably start talking about Pulse Chain. And they'll all come over, and Richard's got to settle the lawsuit. We need regulation, and ETH needs to start moving. But until then, like, I'm not even worried about Pulse Chain because all my coins mostly are reflections. So I'm just holding stuff that's paying me every single day. Yeah, I just got into Mesor. I got into Dominance. But for the most part, I'm not, less is more at this point. I'm just trying to add to the stuff that I think is going to be the best in the future. I bought more Cubic the other day. I bought a little more Stronghold. So I'm just adding to stuff that I'm going to be holding long term. I really think these utility coins, once they start to go up, they're not going to have huge dips because the ETFs are going to launch and big money's going to pour in. And whatever this Bitcoin dip is, I think is the biggest we'll see. But time will tell. All right, let's get to this. This is good, guys. This really is important with everything that's going on right now. I'm going to put it on 1.25. Let's watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the General Green, and this is a bombshell report. Please like and share. They don't want this information out to the American public. This is absolutely huge, critical, and will monumentally reshape the entire United States of America, but more importantly, the global financial system at large. This is the biggest event since the Bretton Woods Agreement. And I've been breaking all this down, hard hitting and in your face from the lime green Lamborghini. I call it the praying mantis because we be praying every single day. Jesus Christ is king. But this is huge. This is absolutely huge. And I'm about to break it all down. But please, please, please get it out. I do need your help. They're censoring the algorithms. They don't want this leaked. Donald Trump has secretly replaced the U.S. Federal Reserve, the central bank. This has actually already happened, and it's going to come out very, very soon. Did you hear what I just said? Donald Trump has already secretly replaced the U.S. Federal Reserve and the central bank, and this is going to come out in the next probably few weeks to months. This has massive, profound implications for the global financial system, the U.S. stock market, gold reserves, all precious metals, the computer, semiconductor industry, and also crypto. It is the biggest thing to happen, honestly, in probably a century. So let's explain what's really going on here. Donald Trump is essentially replaced Fed policy. Notice how Donald Trump has wanted influence over interest rates, both fiscal and monetary policy at the Federal Reserve, which, by the way, is a private institution and bank funded by wealthy investors around the world. It's not public. We don't get a vote. They put in a chairman or a chairwoman or whoever it is, and we don't really have a say on any of this. So what Donald Trump has done is circumvented the Federal Reserve, and he's in the process of not just potentially nationalizing it, which may or may not happen. And we've heard some things on that. What I'm saying is completely different. He's literally replacing the Federal Reserve with an entirely new system, and it's cloaked. First off, it's not like the deep state went away. It's not like the controllers in the international bankster cartel is somehow no longer going to be with us. So, I wish that was the case, but get that out of your mind for a minute. What I'm telling you is we are moving a completely new direction. And not only with the investigation of Fort Knox gold reserves, which I was the first to break and the only one in the world to tell you this. Why did Donald Trump do that? Why is Doge and Elon Musk focused? I got to pull over because this is very important. Why are they focused on remonetizing the gold at Fort Knox? The reason they're doing that is they're repricing its current book value of $42.22 an ounce, which has been like that pretty much forever. And they're going to reprice it to a market value of near $3,000 an ounce, which is a new all-time record for gold. Why? This will create a speculative frenzy that you've never seen, not just in gold and precious metals, but it's going to take the Fort Knox reserves currently at about $11 billion book value and send it sky high to near $1 trillion. Couple that with the repricing of the international gold and financial markets, we can easily see the Fort Knox and other reserves that the United States owns in New York City, Manhattan, and other places they don't tell you about in the trillions and trillions of dollars. What does this do? It reprices and reconfigures the United States balance sheet. This is very important for a singular event horizon reason when it comes to the monetary system and financial markets. The super elites are about to roll out a new digital dollar reset currency in America. Bank of America, for example, just came out publicly yesterday and said they're going to issue a stable coin as soon as they have regulatory approval. They said something along the lines of as good as cash. And that's
God, what have I been telling you? That this is going to be it. This is the end game. The banks, Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, they're all going to issue stable coins and back the debt with those stable coins. They're all going to be a part of this. And I figured that out a month or so ago. I didn't, when Tether starts to break, I didn't know how all this debt was just going to hit the market. It'd be impossible. They're like the 6th biggest holder in the world of U.S. debt. They could not let Tether blow up. It would destroy everything. But now it makes sense that you just shift those treasuries into the hands of the corporations, and their stable coins are going to be interoperable to where we'll be able to go swap probably ETH for ASD, Amazon USD. So then you take your Amazon USD, and if you hold it in your wallet for Amazon, you'll get rewards for it or something. I don't know how it's going to work, but something along these lines. And he nailed it with Bank of America there. So this is all happening, guys. I'm spot on. And this is why I hold XRP. This is why I hold XLM. This is why I hold Hedera. This is why I hold Flare. And for the AI stuff, Cubic and Quant. And if I'm wrong about that, that's why I hold Titan X and Pulse Chain, because it's the polar opposite of XRP and XLM. Real DeFi, nobody can control, no pre-sales, no ICOs in Titan X, 100% fair launches. That's the polar opposite of what Ripple's doing to help settle money for the banks.
The direction that they're going to move, along with all of the other banks, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, the list goes on and on. BlackRock moving into the crypto markets, buying Bitcoin, launching exchange-traded funds. Now, U.S. investors can buy and have been buying at large. So what is Trump doing here? And I'm not even saying that this is a bad thing, and he's not the only player. This is much bigger than Donald Trump. This is what you must understand. It's much bigger than the White House. In a way, Donald Trump is manipulating financial markets as we speak, and essentially has taken over the role of the Fed and diminished it through these actions currently taking place. If he can't influence interest rates directly,
are you kidding me?
Influence, let's say, inflation, he can do it with Fort Knox remonetization. He can do it with these other tactics, and also through issuance, deletion, getting rid of the old fiat currency. The petrodollar is done. So there are no U.S. dollars backed by oil anymore. That's over. The new backing, as I've said for over a decade, and I told you about Bitcoin first, to buy it under 1,000, is blockchain technology, semiconductors, and microchips. So what this is doing is allowing Donald Trump and the West to essentially broker this new system. Now, here's what's really interesting. We'll move forward. All of the rest of the world leadership is already in on this. Okay, so MBS, for example, you know who he is, out in Saudi Arabia, Ben Salman, right? The others, all the principal heavy hitters in the Middle East. This includes Israel, Dubai, Singapore, London, the UK. All the major financial infrastructures are already with this. And how do we know this? By what they're doing. If you take a look at gold, for example, there is a run on gold right now. Right? Just like there's a run on the banks. We've seen that in 1929. Now we're almost getting it in reverse. There's a run on gold, and I actually believe soon there's going to be a massive run on silver. If you look at gold and silver, both are going to do very, very well. But silver is nowhere near an all-time high. So we could see a doubling in silver, for example, like a 2-3x in the next few months. Probably will happen because what we're having and what we're seeing now, central banks are hoarding gold, buying tons of it. This includes Asia, China, Russia, and the BRICS, which have been buying a ton of this stuff in recent years. And that's how we know something big is about to happen. Again, they always point to and focus your attention optically. This is the art of media and propaganda and manipulation, and also just kind of, in general, moving the masses where you want them to go, pointing you towards what they're going to do next. Here's what's mind-freaking blowing about this, guys. Absolutely mind-blowing. This actually ties into the AI revolution and the release of these new chips, like Microsoft's first ever, allegedly, they've had it for years, they've got better technology. The quantum-based computer chip hardware, which, how do you make it?
What is going on? Like, this is crazy. I can't even stream a video. Let me try to X out of these other tabs, but I don't think it's going to do anything. Jeez. But yeah, guys, this is important, this stuff, and he puts it together better than I could sum it up. So that's why I would just rather defer to someone that it comes off more succinctly.
It's mostly gold in precious metals and semiconductors, and its name, which I've seen no one investigate, but I'm on Twitter, follow me on X, at AMTV Media, my only official account has a check mark. There's some imposters, make sure you find the right one. I have like 70,000 followers or something. Let's take that to 100K. By the way, I'm posting a lot more actively. And so we have, and this is what I investigated with the chip, Major Rama, kind of a funny name, Major Rama 1 is the name of the chip, Major Rama 1. Well, I actually prayed on it with discernment, and I'm going to tell you what it means as much as I can, because I can't say everything. Much like the Big Bang was a genus of like the first gene, this is a theory, I believe in the Big Bang, but what the scientists do, and then burst to create human life, kind of like one of our big mysteries of the universe. The deep state and elites have literally summoned, this is what Elon said, quote, summoning the demon. This is what he says about AI, end quote. and AI will summon the demon, just like they're shattering atoms back and forth with CERN underground, and just like they have to hold these quantum chips below freezing for them to operate, like kind of makes you think of hell because it's like underground. By the way, they're doing this with Stargate too. They're doing this in Texas. They've already built a similar CERN that is running all these experiments and simulations and AI technology of which Elon Musk is calling the event horizon, kind of like a black hole, like solar eclipse. His new Grok logo tilted at an exact 33-degree Freemason tilt, with a man down at the bottom reaching for the heavens to defy God in transhuman form. They're releasing all these new musculoskeletal robots and freaks, these literal robots of DEATH hanging from strings that look like humans. And they're putting freaking microchips in their foreheads and their cerebral cortex hardwiring to human brains with Neuralink and Synchron. All these individuals are doing this. Why are they marrying all this technology? First off, Major Rama, if I'm saying it correctly, notice one, right? That signals the first genus, where the one refers to the Lord. Amazon one, swipe your palm for payments to unlock the world at Whole Foods, is also an inversion. It has a spiritual connotation, and let's talk about that. Notice how Satan is an inversion of truth, light is an inversion of darkness, life is an inversion of DEATH. Isn't it interesting that these microchips that are summoning the demon coming from below the earth, which is also an inversion, have to be inverted at below freezing temperatures in order for them to work? Again, an inversion of the opposites of the yin and the yang. And so what Microsoft and other technologists have released, they don't even actually fully understand. This is what is actually mind-blowing about it. Like, they could literally blow up the entire world with this technology. The NVIDIA CEO came out today and said that the new general and specialized artificial intelligence processes are going to need 100 times the current computing chip power to operate from current levels of ChatGPT, DeepSeek, the competitor overseas in Asia, and of course, Elon Musk's Grok, which are like the top three. My point is, all of this works together. This is a merger of everything. I always said this years ago. It sounds complicated and complex, but it's not. All roads marry and lead to the same yellow brick road. We're all going the same direction, guys. We're going the same darn place, okay? The financial markets, literally, all of them, stocks, crypto, are tethered to all of these other things. AI, semiconductors, the microchip trade, Ukraine. Notice that's all about mineral rights. Why were we there? Were we defending Ukrainian freedom and democracy? Were we protecting its people? Are we giving the land back that Putin allegedly annexed and stole? No, but we're taking minerals. Why? We need it. We need all the minerals. It goes into microchips. It goes into the power of technology, the electricity. It's going into the nuke plants that are needed to operate so Bitcoin can mine, so these AI chips can work, so Stargate can function, which I did a video yesterday. By the way, we're going to get some kind of grid down electrical shock very, very soon. Chile was a test run. The whole country went down. It's our first world country, major industrialized state. And I believe the elites were just running tests because we're about to hit Europe. And God forbid the United States pray against it, but I know I'm right. Tactical as well in Europe, I'm expecting very, very soon. So all of this leads the same direction. Again, the currencies in the new one in the States is backed by these same microprocessors, blockchain technologies, and innovations that we're all too familiar with. Also, I want to quickly comment on the Epstein client list file release today. I'm expecting it to be a nothing burger. I hope I'm wrong, but I just highly doubt it. I mean, Donald Trump said he was going to jail Hillary. She's not in jail. She's scot-free. That other guy, I can't say his name on the algorithms, got a pardon. So nothing's going to happen to him. JP Morgan Chase, for example, funded the entire Epstein trafficking ring as a part of his major financial institution. Is there anything going to happen to him? I seriously doubt it. So I think it's just a bread and circus and theater to placate the American zombie masses into thinking they're getting something when you're not getting anything. Again, always look at the other hand when they're releasing some fake crap over here. And so what I'm telling you today is far actually more important. It's a sleight of hand, like a magician. And this is what these people do. They're very, very evil. Trump has secretly replaced the central bank and the U.S. Federal Reserve System. And really, to a large extent, all of this is changing overseas with their central banks as well. And they're pushing all y'all into the new one, succinctly, choreographed. And let me give you a specific tactic that Trump is implementing now. Trump's tariffs, we could argue, is market manipulation. He's even said this himself. There's going to be short-term pain and suffering as a result of the tariffs to Canada, to Mexico, and also China, which he's been putting in place. And they're going in sequence in the next coming months, March, and then after that. He's even told you it's going to crash markets, which it has. We're getting a dump in crypto, a dump in Bitcoin, a dump in stocks. NVIDIA hasn't recovered. Short-term and temporary, in my opinion. Again, Trump is manipulating, maybe it's even a good thing, manipulating the system right now, replacing the tactics or strategy at the Fed he doesn't have a lot of control over. It is essentially circumventing them and influencing financial capital flows and markets like I've never seen before. I mean, this is extremely, extremely significant. So what's the play and what do you do? Because most of these pundits out there never tell you what to freaking do. They're like, oh, I revealed it to you. There you go. And then like, there's nothingness. It's like, stay tuned to the next episode. Shucks. Well, inflation's here to stay. Another report just came out. That's not going anywhere. I told you inflation, we're in hyperinflation. Gold, silver, housing, real assets, commodities, eggs up 40% are going to continue to skyrocket. The elites are removing real property ownership rights from you, the American people, and you tuning in overseas. They said that you will own nothing and be happy and eat some freaking crickets. Why did they say that and how are they going to implement it? I always told you through hyperinflation. By mispricing and misaligning capital flows markets, controlling, manipulating bailouts, interest rates, lockdowns, and supply shocks, and all other kinds of freaking draconian shenanigans, they would make sure and remove ownership rights from you, the general public. So inflation's here to stay. I fully expect Bitcoin to trade well above 200 to 300K this year, this freaking year. So we're going to pull 2 to 3x from current levels. AI, as Elon Musk has said in the singularity, and I've read all the books and I've studied these people for decades, has also told us we've reached the event horizon singularity. What does that mean? It means we're at the apex. We're at that singular moment where there's the merger of all these systems I just explained to you, all of them. Economic, financial, fiat, spiritual. This is spiritual warfare. This is what you need to understand. Bigger than the economic implications of it. But that also tells you where it's going. Real assets. So you want gold, you want silver, you want Bitcoin, you want crypto. You want the best real estate in the world, like what we do at Island Project. You want cash flows, right? You want to be in the new innovation points, the technology, the AI, the gaming, right? We all know what they're going to do. And what they are doing now is they're marrying all this technology and all these robots. And as Ray Dalio has also discussed as well, I mean, we might just be approaching anarchy, if not physical confrontation and civil war at this point, because the rapidity of the move will be something that most of you, I'll be frank, won't be able to handle. Okay, so when Bitcoin's skyrocketing above 300,000, let's say later this year, and by the way, I think Trump's family is re-entering Trump coin. I'm not recommending it, but I actually think it probably is a good time to buy. It's peaked to trough 80% from its recent peak and is now trading at like 13, 14 bucks from 75. So keep an eye on it. It's kind of an indicator, right? Trump ain't going anywhere. So it's also kind of an indicator of the market. Everything's moving into real world assets, islandproject.com, by the way. Everything's moving into utility, islandproject.com, by the way. Everything's moving into cash flows, physical assets backed by the blockchain, islandproject.com. By the way, again, guys, we've known this for years. We've known this for years. We know where they're taking you all and where we are all going. So economic, financial, spiritual, conflict, war, and transition is happening now. There's going to be some kind of art of the peace deal, negotiation, apprentice style with Ukraine. We saw that. We're grabbing all the mineral rights. Some kind of tactical event nuke will happen soon. More blackouts, guaranteed. The bigger geopolitical piece, though, is China. China, right? That's the bigger geopolitical piece. Keep your eye on that because, again, the BRICS need control of reunification of Taiwan, all the semiconductor, precious metals production, and then counterpoint that to the United States and our interests over here and overseas. So, yeah, this video is massive. Like, I hope I did it justice. I hope it sinks in. But the Federal Reserve, the old central bank, and a new Bretton Woods agreement has already secretly been inked worldwide. Every global leader's in on it. BlackRock's in on it. This is why they're dumping crypto right now, because they're going to buy everything back cheaper, rip the Americans' faces off, pump it to new record all-time highs by year end. Will be $200,000, $300,000 Bitcoin mining altcoins continue to skyrocket. RSR is going to pull a freaking 1000x. In my humble opinion, Island Project, we're launching in this environment, by the way. We always launch in the little bear or a big bear. We're kind of in a little bear right now. We always launch now. We're tokenizing in 2025. So my point is take action. My point is pivot, leverage, profit. If you're smart enough to understand where things are going, the general direction of AI, gaming, artificial intelligence, quantum-based computing chips, robotics, blockchain technology, currency resets, stable coins like Bank of America is rolling out. And I've been studying all this as an expert for literally generations, like nearly 2 decades, along with geopolitics, then you sure gosh dang should profit from it, especially as a Christian, because I'm going to close with this. Guys, Christians are under attack in the United States of America and worldwide. You, many of you tuning in, you that love God, you that are faith first, you that don't comply, we need to stick together. You need to organize with us, build a real community, and own, this is the important part, own a real asset. And don't just own any asset, Own the best assets in the world. Diversified, decentralized, cash flows, capital gains, and tokenized. 2 events, right? I've always told people this. There are 2 events. You own our portfolio on islandproject.com, call my dad. You own real estate. Just
All right. You get it. And this is exactly what I've been preaching for the last 2 years. You have the ability to front run where all of this is going. This is why I've been shilling XRP. Like, do you think I want to be shilling XRP when the other biggest influencers in this community just make fun of it constantly? Oh, it's the banker's coin. No, the XRP ledger is fully decentralized and no one can stop it. The banks, yeah, they'll have validators on the network, but if you have XRP in your wallet, in your Zaman wallet, no one can take it back from you. No one can tell you where to send it. So that's a decentralized network. There's going to be private networks that the banks use, but they're going to be settling on public blockchains. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and watch, or are you going to go and invest in these assets that BlackRock and all these institutions are buying right now? You can see it on chain. So this is the point. This is where the wealth is made right now, not when things are pumping to the firmament in 6 months. Now is when you make the wealth. When you go against the grain and you go against the herd and you put your money into something that is criminally undervalued. And I named 10 cryptos already that are. You know, I'm not much into the gaming stuff. We have a couple coins, but it's more real world assets that I'm focused on. And DeFi, real DeFi. We're months ahead on Pulse Chain of the rest of the crypto space. And it feels great. It feels great. So explain to me how it's not fully decentralized. If I have XRP in my wallet on cold storage, how can anyone take it from me or do anything? That's what I mean. The XRP ledger has clawbacks on it for stable coins like that. There's stuff there that I don't agree with, but for banks and institutions, you have to have that. It's something that they need, unfortunately. But this stuff's all a catch-22. You know, I'm in this to make money. I'm not in this for the tech. You know, a lot of people are. I'm in this to make as much money as possible so I can then take that and move it to real life stuff, to a farm, to I don't know, who knows, more real estate, more Pokemon, more Magic cards. It's crazy how good they're doing. You know, right now, my Pokemon collection has doubled in the last 6 months. And my crypto portfolio has, it's about doubled because of XRP, Stellar, HBAR. And that's why you just got to be diversified. And to me, there's nothing better than pure DeFi that nobody can touch or take. And then the centralized stuff that is going to be adopted at scale by the banks, institutions, and corporations. I know they're going to be using it. So why would you not invest in the assets that are going to be shilled around the world? That's how I look at it. And I know I'm right. I can confidently say I know I'm right. It's just a matter of time. Legislation for stablecoins, that's going to change the game. And we're literally on that precipice. So you got the biggest opportunity in front of you right here. And it's on you to capitalize on it. If you need help, you can book a one-on-one, vibrafinance.com. We're going to sit down and go through your portfolio. Any questions, concerns you might have. Otherwise, I'm out.